All are having a great day. It is July 1st, and today I'm back. So today I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff. Gonna start off with talking about the tropics, and then I'm just going to be talking about severe weather. So yeah, hope you all are all having a great day. It's the first day of July, yeah, new month. That's pretty nice. But yeah, let's get started. So this is our. That's not even what I was looking at, but yes, this is our 5 day. Not really 5 day, but this is just our generally what we have going on right now in the Atlantic. We can see we have Tropical Storm Bonnie down there near Central America. We got a little disturbance there and a disturbance here. So, yeah, let's start off by talking about Tropical Storm Bonnie real quick. So, right now, with the latest advisory, I guess, Bonnie is a maximum sustained winds of 45 miles per hour, getting ready to make landfall there. And expected to literally just cross over into the Pacific and then strengthen into a hurricane by Monday. So that's something pretty notable there. Just haven't seen that in a while. Yeah, that's pretty much Bonnie. Next we got this disturbance off the coast of South Carolina. 20% chance of formation there. Let's take a look at that. This is actually what we can see going on right now. So this was before. This was about. This would be about like roughly like 6 a.m. 5 a.m. We can see we have kind of a looks like low probably right there. Good bit of rain. Then we can see as we went to the morning though, you can see that spin right there. I mean, a little like almost an eye looking type thing there. This was late morning and good bit of storms into the southeast. You can see just all day it's generally just been spinning in that one area there. We can still see we have our current. It definitely seems like right now it's probably about right there. Yeah, so it's bringing a lot of like storms to the southeast. I mean, these are all not due to this. I mean, some of these still are due to this low right here, but not. I mean, not everything like that you see here is. But yeah, so let's also talk about the disturbance right here. Okay, so we're just gonna start off by looking at models, pretty basic. Let's get this going here for us. Okay, so I'm not really looking at strength a whole lot right now. I just kind of want to see where these models take us. So the GFS generally just takes it into the Gulf, pretty much the same. Has it doing literally nothing. Let's see what the European does. European also kind of takes it into this area here, pretty similar, just a little further east, and also has it doing pretty much nothing. The Canadian has it doing. Where does it even go? So it just kind of like, yeah, just kind of dissolves. Maybe like looks like it kind of like it just goes two ways almost, but yeah. So I mean, generally not a whole lot. I mean, generally like there's a good bit of like we can kind of know where it's gonna go generally. Like, I mean, there's some clues as to where it could go, but I mean, like I think good chance it could go somewhere in the Gulf. But the strength of this, we're not gonna know. I mean, for a while. I mean, because at this point, the models don't really ever have a good grasp. Like this far out. I mean, also like, for example, our little thing we have over in off the coast right here. I mean, this wasn't even indicated. I mean, this far out or like a while back. I want to see like what the GFS actually have for this. Kind of curious. Let's see if this is even indicated in the GFS. So we'll go back just to let's go back to like 18Z Sunday. This was a while back, and we can see. I mean, it pretty much showed nothing Friday in that area, like maybe a little piece of energy, but technically nothing. Compared to what it actually. So I mean, the models don't tend to have a good grasp of these types of things, like strength-wise. So strength-wise, I don't really know what this is going to do. I don't think it's going to be like a major hurricane. I think that the chance of that is extremely low, but what we like really see, like tropical storm, like I no, we're not gonna know for a little bit, but yeah, that's that. So let's switch over to severe weather here. So this is our day 2 outlook. This is for tomorrow. Our severe weather outlook for tomorrow. We have a slight risk over in eastern Montana and down into South Dakota. Another slight risk from Boston down straight into DC area into northern Virginia. We got a not really much of a torrid threat according to the SPC. 215 winds, a 15 hail with a risk out in North and South Dakota, and only a 5 hail to one in the Northeast. Also, we have another separate marginal risk over in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Montana. Yeah, let's take a look at some of these models. So let's zoom in on the. Actually, we'll zoom out all the way here. Look at both areas like this. So I want to take some soundings here. I can do that just from this far out. Okay. Yeah, so we can see generally in the northern plains we see a good bit of storms kind of fired, and generally looks like kind of what we see a lot. I mean, some clusters of some large hail and a lot of damaging winds. Now, like, let's take a look at just one of these soundings here, see what we can have. So we can see, I wouldn't say the damaging wind threat's that like extremely high. Hail threat definitely not that high either, but I mean definitely like decent sized. I can see that it's definitely a slight risk sounding there. Take a sounding down in South Dakota, and we can see overnight the environment seems to be getting a little worse in that area, but storms do make it pretty far south. What are they really living off of? Seems like it's just living. I don't even know, to be honest. I mean, but yeah, so like tomorrow in that area, I mean, I generally think what we're gonna see is a pretty like balanced threat between hail and damaging wind. I mean, damaging wind threat I don't think is too insane. It's pretty low, but not like low. I mean, it's a slight risk pretty much. It's like on the lower side, but it's not like it's not like the lowest. And then same thing with hail. Looks, I mean, threat doesn't look like I don't think we're gonna see like massive hail, but because the environment just doesn't support that. But definitely we're gonna see small to moderate sized hail, definitely. Yeah, then over into the northeast here, this risk also extends into Kentucky and Missouri there. So over in the northeast, we can see we have by 20Z 4 p.m. we can see some storms starting to get going like Massachusetts. We'll take a sounding there. Let me zoom in on this area here. I'm not just gonna look at this and then take soundings. I wanna look at our general setup. Come on. Alright, there we go. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we do see we have a good bit of storms going off. I mean, some storms clustering. Not like insane looking, according to reflectivity. Now, what we have going on here, it seems, is generally just a pretty simple front, it looks like, coming in here. I mean, yeah, it seems pretty straightforward. We just have a front. At 20Z, instability-wise, we got good bit of instability across that area. We can see anywhere from about 1,000, 2,000, maybe up to 2,500, maybe MLK, maybe 3,000 MLK, maybe in some like areas. HRRR peaks some areas at around like 2,500, but HRRR can sometimes underdo it. I noticed it a lot. Take a look at like just general winds as we go up here. So 850 millibars, we can see not a whole lot of like, we don't have like a whole lot of that, but further north that we have them more like a little bit higher. When 700 millibars, we can see a little higher. And then, I mean, that's 700 as well. Let me go to 500. 500, yeah. I mean, so generally, I mean, what this would do is kind of like make the more northern areas maybe like have more, like, maybe get some, like, help the northern areas a little more, because the southern areas lack that. I mean, we just don't have that any like wind above us. So I mean, that wouldn't really maybe like create some non-organized storms. 21Z though, I just kind of want to take some soundings. I'm curious like what we see here. So further south, like the more southern part of the risk, we can see we got pretty, I mean, moderate cape, decent cape. Cape's not a problem. I mean, lapses. I mean, generally, I'm thinking the hail threat's not going to be like a big deal. You're going to see that 5%, definitely some small hail. Tornado threat, I mean, very, very little. Pretty much barely any tornado threat. No, you're not going to really get a tornado out of this. I mean, yeah, your main threat with this would just be a low-end threat of damaging wind and hail. That'd pretty much all the threat would be. Further north, Massachusetts, take a sounding. That is slightly contaminated. Let's try and get a new one. It wasn't like very contaminated or anything, but I don't think we're gonna get one. This one's not that bad. So yeah, I mean, we can see. I mean, yeah, we can see the shear profiles are slightly better. Not a lot. We have a decent bit of cape, about the same. Lapses still don't look that great. I mean, further north you go, I just feel like that might enhance your damaging wind potential a little bit across like this corridor, to help you like enhance the damaging wind potential. But I mean, I don't think we're gonna see like still a very widespread severe weather like outbreak or anything. I mean, I don't know. These northeast events are weird, and we'll see. Let's go ahead and get a 23Z here. See what we're looking at. See, I can see some stronger storms over in southeast PA and the Maryland, and take a sounding in southern Jersey. That is contaminated. Yeah, these storms are definitely seem like they're, I mean, not really stronger. It seems like we have more of them, but yeah, I mean, we're living off of that cape, you know. I still don't think they're going to be just as severe as maybe further to the north, but you know, if they do end up looking like this, maybe they could be, but the environment generally up here is more supportive. But we don't want to be looking at forecast activity. I want to go off the environment, because the environment's what's going to cause your storms to, you know, like how like produce what they do. So, I mean, yeah, but further to the north, the environment does kind of look pretty bad as we get a little later here. Not gonna lie, I mean, we can see shear profiles. Yeah, you're not gonna get a tornado. You're gonna have a tornado threat out of this. Not gonna have like, I mean, damaging wind threat though is still a little higher with this. I generally still think this area here will have a higher damaging wind threat than down here. It just depends though. I mean, it kind of depends. I mean, if we don't get any good storms here, like, I mean, yeah, we may not really see that damaging wind threat. We may not really see it, but down here though, we could. I mean, if we can get a good bit of storms like the Istria Polaris, maybe we could still get some. Definitely, we'll still have a damaging wind threat. But yeah, by 01Z, so it's just 9 p.m. now. That's Eastern Daylight Time, by the way. Well, I don't know. Yeah, it's just Eastern time. No, that was daylight. But take a sounding in Maryland. Storms are, yeah, I can see why they're dying. Capped environment. Yeah, we can still see those storms are existing over in Massachusetts there, Connecticut. I mean, they're going to start to weaken though, to the capping. And yeah, so right after dark, we'll likely see these storms weaken pretty quickly. I don't think they're going to like last all night or anything, and probably will move further east, so they'll go offshore. But yeah, wow, thank you, Cruel Bug Club. Thank you. All right, but yeah, it's generally what we're going to see tomorrow. I wouldn't have did a lot more on that than I really wanted to, but yeah, sorry about that. Day three, we can see we have just two marginal risks. One up in the northern central plains, or into even like all the way in the northwest. So we have another marginal risk in the southeast. It's kind of with our low thing off the coast. Yeah, we can see 17Z here. If I can, let's go to the whole U.S. here. Yeah, we can see it's kind of still there. We'll see some storms from it, but yeah, southeast will have. I mean, southeast is going to be in a pattern for a lot of activity over the next course of like as far as we can see, pretty much. But yeah, now the last thing I want to talk about is next week, because next week a lot of people have been talking about this, like on Twitter, that kind of stuff. About, I mean, the potential, like, or not the potential, but I mean, we're likely going to see like a ring of fire type pattern, which if you don't know what that is, you pretty much see like this ridge riders pretty much like ride the storms. They can start up here a good bit of times and they kind of just head south. And sometimes they can be the ratios. We'll have to see. I mean, I don't think I'm not gonna make any predictions on if we'll see a derecho or not, because I don't even really know like how good this setup will be. But yeah, we can see like next week though, we can just see a lot of like storms ride that ridge down into the like mid Atlantic, the southeast. I'm gonna take a look at just 500 millibar winds. Will give us an idea of where the jet is. Alright, so this would load. Yeah, Wednesday, we can see the jets right there. So they're kind of like right below that. Go like, I mean, here to support some storms going like that little, however, we can see those few little short waves there. That's what's really going to be like giving us our super threat. Why is, God, really need I need to get a computer, or a new one, because I do have one for like GR2 and that type of stuff, but I think I recorded a video on it before and it did very, very, very poorly. So I mean, I just do it on this because it is slightly faster, but it's not the best. But yeah, we do see like a series of short waves. Those are really what we're gonna be watching. It looks like our first one may happen about Monday, so we'll have to see. That'll be in range of our day 4 outlook, or well, day 4 now. But tomorrow would be day 3. So yeah, well, that's pretty much all I got for y'all. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll either be back tomorrow or Sunday. But yeah, I appreciate you watching the video. I hope y'all all have an excellent day tomorrow. And yep, bye bye.